Hey guys, so how are you? And what's up? And how are you doing? Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. First of all, for this video I want to be kind of quick, but also try to explain as much as I can, so you guys understand a little bit more about the goth. Let's jump right in, but leave it some disclaimers right here. Firstly, really quick. First of all, this is my own opinions, and also I don't know every little thing about goth style. I'm not a Wikipedia, I'm not a book, I'm not nothing like that. If you want to know more about it, you can go and search for Gothic books. For example, Gothic Charm School by something Venters, that I forgot her first name. Julian Venters, yes. This lady, Julian Venters, the Gothic Charm School, for what I've heard, it's a really good book. So you can start by that and read that book. Because to be honest, and on the internet you can find a lot of information too. I'll only tell you stuff that I feel like that is true. But don't take it into the way that, oh, you don't know everything, or oh, you're not really goth or something. I am what I am, and I know what I am. I don't need anybody to tell me what I am for real. So let's jump right in. Gothic style mostly started when on the 80s. 70s to the 80s, from the punk style, you know, the music of punk and everything evaluated for a darker version of punk that it calls nowadays Gothic rock. The most famous bands that really build it up, this darker version of punk kinda, but nowadays it's really the goth style. But in that days it was not really goth, it was a darker version kind of punk. And initially I'm not going to say the first one or the second band or whatever, because I don't know really. I kind of know, but I don't want to spread it out something that is not for real. But I'm going to say just only the bands that they're considerable good for, you know, for goth people to listen, because they are really good, and they have really good lyrics and good stuff that is more darker and more mystique and more mysterious and darker and very, you know, morbid. The bands are The Cure, Bauhaus, Joy Division, the Sisters of Mercy, Susie and the Benches, I said The Cure, The Cult, and these are just a little bit of the bands that the most famous of them all. Of course, there are way more bands, way more people, so don't stress out about it, just search for it, because I know them quite a more, but you know, I'm just saying some of the ones that are really famous in the Gothic subculture. The second stuff that I think is really important, I will not address right now the fashion, because as many people say, fashion is not the most important thing in Gothic style. But the second stuff that I think is really beautiful is the architecture. Many people don't really say the architecture. I don't know why, because to be honest, the Gothic architecture is one of the first type of stuff that is kind of darker and, no, just vampy looking, that came up from centuries before us. This style of architecture is beautiful. This type of beautiful windows and doors and everything, and really high up ceilings, and I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's just, it fascinated me every time I see that kind of architecture. Is just beautiful. Also, cemeteries are a really good place to visit. I don't visit as much because, you know, there's not much around here, but I would love to go to a lot of different type of cemeteries around the world, because that ones that are really old. We love a whole bunch of old architecture, not only the Gothic style, but also the Victorian, the Renaissance, and many more from years later, and medieval, of course. Literature, I think it's really beautiful. Like really famous one, Edgar Allan Poe. I don't read as much. I usually only read like vampire books, and try to read also horror type of books, and you know, drama, horror, mysterious, horror, vampires, and all that type of stuff in books. It's really interesting, and it's also really common type of books that we goths tend to go and search and read really about. But also ones that are really into reading is buying the Edgar Allan Poe poems. I think it's really beautiful. It's one of the most famous. There are more that I don't know really. So you can see right now I don't know any more than Edgar Allan Poe. Dracula from Bram Stoker. I think that book I want to buy on the future too. So more type of books that explain the goth style. Also to learn more and more. This is what is exciting about this style, is you can still learn every single day a new thing about the style. A new band, a new book, a new writer, a new music, a new type of building with this beautiful architecture. Also, really important things are the stereotypes that people create about us. We don't worship the devil, or we don't drink blood, or we are all vampires, or we sleep on the coffins, or we go hunting people around, or we scare people around, or we are all just mad people that walks around trying to punch everyone on the face around and mad to the world, hungry to everyone and everything. We are not like that, you know. I am not like that. There are goths like that because we are human beings, and we are all have our own type of personality. So don't come up and say, oh my god, I don't know about, oh my god, we are all like that. We are not all like that. Of course there are people that is freaking, you know, mad with everything, and you know, you name it. But this type of stereotypes that people say, you do sleep on the coffins, you are a vampire, you drink blood, you treat people bad, you whatever, that's not true. Of course there are people with different religions. There's another thing. Goth have a lot of different religions. Everyone can have whatever religion you want to have. You want to be Catholic, you can be in Gothic style. That's right. You can be satanic. Of course there are satanic people. There are everything. So yeah guys, from the stereotypes, I think that's all, you know, and there are way more that you can name it. And also the style and the fashion, finally, is one of the things that calls attention to everyone and everybody. In a goth subculture, we have a lot of ranges of different styles. You name it, you change it, you make it, you just mix it, you just, you know, just have fun with it. It's good because you have fun with it. You can mix like death rock with romantic type of goth style. You can mix everything, like I said, and now I'm going to try to name it some of the styles, like romantic goth, type of romantic goth, the classical goth, also combined with the romantic, so it's kind of like the same. The Victorian too, they are combined all the same in vampirish ways of style. The vampire style too. These four ones, they combine each other really well, and I love to mix with more leather like this, like this type of style too, as you can see here, for example. You see what I mean? Mix everything, more fetish type of style that is more leather, latex, all this type of more bondage type of fashion. I love to mix all of this together with romantic and classic and classy type of style. I think it looks beautiful. I love also all type of velvety, and I don't know, I love almost everything. Another type of styles also, they are cyber goth, death rock, steampunk, the trad goth, that is the original style of goth from the 80s that I love too. And also guys, just have fun with your looks. There's a lot of topics about Gothic style. There's a lot of plenty of stuff to talk about it. I've talked bravely, you know, quickly about the music, some bands that we listen to from mostly all the 80s. And also a little bit of the literature that I don't know that much about. I talked about the architecture, the stereotypes that people, you know, say about us and think about us, and to just put out there some disclaimers. I can do all these type of videos in separate videos, so I just bravely and talked about it. Don't take it into that I don't know anything about it. I just talked quickly about it because I don't want this video to be too long. So sorry if I don't mention something about the style, but I will mention a lot more on the future videos, I hope, on separate stuff like I said. Thank you so much for watching. Thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to see all the links down below as my Instagram, for example, and Facebook and all the shebang down below. And don't forget again for subscribe to my channel, please, and see you soon on my next video. I hope you liked the video, and thank you for watching, and bye bye.